Very sad news. Loudly crying face, the painful secret of BTS. Loudly crying face, the heartbreaking truth behind his smile. In the quiet countryside of Daegu, there was once a young boy who looked at the vast strawberry fields and thought that would be his entire world. He was a son of farmers, a boy whose hands were familiar with the soil, and whose heart was filled with the simple melodies of his grandfather's stories. His name is Kim Tae-hyung, known to the world now as V. But before the sold-out stadiums and the titles of the most beautiful face in the world, there was a child who lived in a world of silence, waiting for a chance he never thought would come. This is not just a story of a global idol. This is the story of a boy who was kept hidden in the shadows, a soul that grieved in front of millions while smiling for the camera, and a man who fought a desperate battle to keep his uniqueness in a world that demanded he be like everyone else. This is the deep, emotional truth of Kim Tae-hyung. The journey of Kim Tae-hyung began with a humble life that many would call a struggle. Raised largely by his grandparents while his parents worked tirelessly to provide, Kim Tae-hyung grew up with a deep sense of family and a quiet understanding of what it meant to have very little. Various media sources suggest that the financial situation of his early life was far from stable. Kim Tae-hyung did not dream of being a star initially. He wanted to be a farmer like his father. It was his father who encouraged him to pick up the saxophone, telling him that a singer should at least know how to play one instrument. This small spark was almost extinguished by Kim Tae-hyung's own lack of confidence. He was a boy who felt ordinary in an extraordinary world. When the opportunity to audition for Big Hit came, Kim Tae-hyung wasn't even there to audition. He was simply supporting a friend. But fate had a different plan. He was the only one from Daegu that day to be picked. Yet, this victory was the beginning of a terrifying isolation. The trainee years were a season of fear and uncertainty. For a long time, Kim Tae-hyung was the hidden member. While the other 6 members were being introduced to the public, Kim Tae-hyung had to stay out of the logs and the videos. He was there, practicing until his bones ached, breathing the same air, but to the world, he did not exist. Imagine the psychological toll of working just as hard as your brothers, yet being told you must remain invisible. Fans have often pointed out that during this time, Kim Tae-hyung would stand by the trash can or the wall during the other members' logs, just to feel a part of the group. He lived in constant fear that he would be cut at the last minute, that the hidden status meant he was disposable. The physical exhaustion of learning to dance, something that didn't come naturally to him, was nothing compared to the mental exhaustion of wondering if he was truly wanted. There was a moment in 2016 that remains one of the most heartbreaking chapters in K-pop history. During a concert in the Philippines, Kim Tae-hyung finally broke his silence. For weeks, he had been performing, laughing, and playing on stage while his heart was shattering into pieces. His grandmother, the woman who had raised him for 13 years and was like a mother to him, had passed away. Kim Tae-hyung had to keep this pain a secret while the world watched his every move. When he finally confessed his grief to the fans, his voice trembling and tears streaming down his face, the world saw the raw vulnerability of a man who had been suffering in silence. Verified reports and interviews from that time show a Kim Tae-hyung who felt he had lost his foundation. He felt alone even in a crowd of thousands. He questioned if he could continue when the person who believed in him most was no longer there to see his success. Even as BTS conquered the world, Kim Tae-hyung faced a unique kind of pressure. He was often misunderstood for his blank expression or his unique way of thinking, sometimes being labeled as 4D or strange. The criticism hurt him more than he let on. Verified interviews from the Burn the Stage era and his own solo track, Singularity, hinted a man who felt he had to wear a mask to survive. Kim Tae-hyung has spoken about the burnout he felt during the filming of his drama Warang, while simultaneously preparing for a world tour. He felt he was failing at both. He admitted to crying frequently during that period, feeling overwhelmed by the weight of his own ambitions. Various media sources and his own lyrics in songs like Blue and Grey suggest a struggle with depression and a feeling of being a colorless person in a vibrant world. He was the boy who wanted to be everyone's friend but often felt he had no one to truly talk to. Why is Kim Tae-hyung loved with such intense, protective devotion? It is because he is an artist who refuses to be anything but himself. People love Kim Tae-hyung because he values the soul over the image. He is the man who will stop to look at a dandelion in the middle of a busy schedule. He is the artist who listens to jazz and classical music in a world of fast-paced pop. Fans love his tae language, the way he expresses feelings that words cannot capture. He is loved because of his unwavering kindness to his parents and his members. He is the one who buys art from unknown artists to support them. Kim Tae-hyung's beauty is not just in his face. It is in his perspective, the way he sees the world through a lens of wonder and old soul wisdom. The achievements of Kim Tae-hyung are monumental and verified. His solo song Sweet Night broke the record for the most number ones on iTunes history for a solo artist. His debut solo album Layover was a critical and commercial success, proving his power as a jazz and soul vocalist. Various media sources and financial analysts estimate Kim Tae-hyung's net worth to be approximately $35 to $40 million, and his influence as a brand ambassador for Celine and Cartier has redefined the meaning of the V effect. He has received the Wagwon Order of Cultural Merit and has represented South Korea at the United Nations. But for Kim Tae-hyung, the true achievement is being able to show his father that the son of a farmer could become a symbol of hope for the world. As for his future, Kim Tae-hyung dreams of a life filled with Borahae, or I Purple You, a phrase he created that has become a global movement of trust and love. His future plans involve exploring deeper into acting and creating music that isn't dictated by trends, but by the rhythm of his own heart. He wants to be a man who grows old with a camera in his hand and music in his soul. Kim Tae-hyung dreams of a world where people are kind to one another without reason. He plans to return from his military service with a stronger spirit, ready to show the world a version of Kim Tae-hyung that is even more authentic and free. The story of Kim Tae-hyung is a testament to the power of staying true to your roots. He is the boy who brought the warmth of the countryside to the cold lights of the city. He is the hidden member who became impossible to ignore. Kim Tae-hyung took his grief, his fear of being strange, and his lonely childhood, and he turned them into a universe of purple light. He showed us that being different is not a flaw. It is a gift. As the story draws to a close, let the silence reflect the depth of his journey. Think of the boy who once thought he would only ever be a farmer, now standing as a king of the world's stage. Think of the tears he shed for his grandmother while the cameras were rolling. Kim Tae-hyung is a reminder that even if you start as a hidden shadow, you can become the brightest star in the sky if you have the courage to show your true colors. We honor Kim Tae-hyung for his soul, for his art, and for his bravery. Thank you, Kim Tae-hyung, for teaching us that to love is to trust, and to trust is to be brave. Your journey is a masterpiece of the human spirit, and the world is a more beautiful place because you chose to share your light with us.